Hello, everybody around the world. I'm LLBlueDragon, and welcome to the stream, everybody. Hello and hi, and hello. Hope everyone's doing great. Hope everyone's doing fantastic today. Now, today we are going to continue more of South of Midnight. Now, last time that we left off, we basically completed the entire game. And it was phenomenal and kind of shocking what happened at the very end of it. Long story short, we had Bunny take Taru, and now she can see Cherry, which is her daughter, that has been passed away for several years. Now she can have like a dreamlike substance of her remembrance, and also the Bunny Foundation has been taken down, and Hazel became the new Reaver, and her mom and Larment, which is the Riggaroo guy, they actually are having dinner. And it was really cute to see the ending of that with that conclusion and stuff. So today, what we are going to be doing is that we are going to be looking at the extras, the bonus stuff. Now, I have some unfortunate news. Unfortunately, there is no extras for Steam. It turns out that if you have a Game Pass, you'll only see it on there. Which I don't even know why that's a thing. I don't know why. I think that extras should be included to everything, no matter what it is. But it seems that extras is only available for Game Passes on Xbox, which that's kind of strange, I will say. Kind of very much strange. Because I feel like extras should be included to everything, no matter what it is. But I guess they didn't do this with Steam for some odd reason. I do not know. But do not worry, we'll actually look at other things like collections and lore. Which that would be definitely something that we will be looking at and stuff like that. So, with that being said, without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, do this and there. Okay. So, we have collection and we have lore. And we will be looking into it and we will be reading about it and stuff. So, let's look at collectibles. From the first item, magic objects. Hooks. Hooks are Hazel's main tool as a weaver. Acquiring the hooks allows Hazel to interact with the strands of the grand tapestry and stigma. They also act as combat tools against hates. Okay. I really like the cool designs that they have, like very up closely with them. Really like that. That you can see more of the texture up close. I really like that. The staff. The distaff gives weavers the ability to see past events or echoes caught in the grand tapestry. Okay. Let's see. Spindles. Spindles are essential to a weaver, enabling them to channel power and cast specific spells. Okay. Ooh, that looks pretty. That looks really pretty. Bottle. The bottle lets you trap specific painful memories trapped in the grand tapestry. Collecting enough of these strand fragments forms a pattern of someone's past pain at the end of the cast sequence. Really love the design for this photo. And Crouton! Oh, Crouton was so cute. He's such a cute little guy. Crouton. Crouton, one of Hazel's childhood toys, was emboldened with magic during the hurricane. When not riding, When not riding Hazel's belt loop as a charm, they cast access small spaces for Hazel. Now filled with magic, Crouton cannot be killed, only reborn. Huh. So he actually does like hang out like a little like charm, kind of like a little keychain charm. That's really cool. And you know, I've actually heard somebody said that Crouton is actually made out of fabric. Like fabric and stitches and a bunch of things. And catfish is the same thing as well. Like he has the same texture of like a quilt and he's all like stitched up and stuff. So is he like the same thing as Crouton? Like a past weaver like made catfish? Or maybe is catfish like a special creature? Just like everything else. Or maybe catfish is like both. Because he's actually made out of quilt and stitches. Because I actually did point out that he's actually made out of like quilted stitches and stuff. And the same thing happens for Crouton. So is he kind of like both of those things? I'm not so sure. But someone did actually, I actually did hear like a little something about that. A little pointing out stuff. Alright, patterns. The patterns look amazing. Again, like the patterns kind of actually reminds me of that that tablecloth, that white tablecloth with like the strings. Hold on, what are those called? I really have no idea, but I'm gonna see what they're called. Because they're like, it's made out of strings. Like it's made out of strings, and I've seen like people actually make that. And how they make it is like, oh my gosh, like how are you able to see and do the pattern of that? Let me string. Let me see. Let me see, what are they called? Oh, it's just basically a tablecloth. Vintage handloom tablecloth. Okay, so it's just basically called that. Okay. If it's not, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. But yet again, it's very beautiful and it gives off that exact same vibes and it looks amazing. These images looks amazing. Let's see. Benji. Benji was betrayed by the one he trusted most. His brother Rhubarb for the simple crime of being born different. Nailed inside a tree, he was left to die, abandoned and alone. Man. Can't believe Benji went through that. I feel so bad for Benji when I first heard about that. Benji's story is so sad. Like everyone's story is so sad. And it's so heartbroken too. And it's like very shocking to like see all of their stories unfolded and stuff. But I love these patterns designs. They're very beautiful. Here's Two-Toed Tom. Took me a while to actually get his name, because it's one of those like one of those words like Peter Pepper piped a pickle pepper. Like it's like that. It's literally like that. It's like a tongue twister phrasing. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Like stuff like that. It's kind of like that. Two-Toed Tom. An alligator through and through. Tom couldn't resist his animal instincts. Just a little snack to fill his ever-starving stomach. Man. Again, these embroideries look really cool. They got the pig at the bottom, too. Oh, here's Cherries. Bunny. When Hazel's father, Trey, accidentally drowned his sister, Cherry, Bunny was consumed by grief. She bound her beloved daughter's soul to a tree until Hazel restored her spirit. Man. When I got into that level, I had a deep feeling that something was about to go wrong. And my gut was right. Like, some of these are very simple, but yet they strike very much hard. Like I said before, these stories are like kind of simple, but yet it like strikes very hard of like the ending result of it. And it's very, very devastating to hear how it ended and stuff. But I feel sorry for like Cherry and Trey. I feel sorry. Rougarous. Oh, they got the car at the bottom? That's so cool. Rougarou. When Laurent lost his mother and then his father, he pressed his sadness so far down it transformed into something monstrous. Dang. He bottled it up and it just exploded. Hug and Molly. Her monstrous form bellied a heart filled with love and compassion. Molly's deeds were misunderstood from holler to holler. True. Hug and Molly in this one, she wasn't very much like a monster. In like some of a way. She wanted to actually protect the children and raise them. Just like Hazel's mom would have done. And they were actually teaming up. We were just misunderstood by her deeds. Wow, look at this one. Again, these look amazing. These little designs look amazing. I really wish I could like see them up close, but I can't. Altamaha? I'm really sorry if I got that wrong. And Honey, Island Swamp Monster. Once a human mother with a beloved baby, she made a leap of faith in hopes of a better life. She survived, but she lost her child to the swamp. Her pain consumed her for many years and transformed her into something unrecognizable. Especially recognizable, except to those who loved her most, which is Honey. I'm really glad that she actually found her child. Like, that scene really got me goosebumps. And it just warmed my heart that they actually came together. That they're actually reunited together. And they can rest. For after so many years, have that happen. It's crazy. But I'm actually glad that they actually got together. But like the mermaid's design was really amazing. Like all these monsters' designs were really amazing and I loved them. I loved all the monster designs. They're so cool. Okay. Okay. So these are all from, okay. Okay, probably I've met all of these and stuff from like each of like the levels. So I'm gonna read them again. I'm gonna read them just for y'all and stuff. So here we go. Chapter 1, 1 out of 3, Bunny's note to Lily. Lily dear, let this be the last time I remind you that I like my tea with 2 sugars. Not 1, not 3, 2. How many years have you been in my employ? Chapter 1, 3 out of 3, Bunny's lounge chair entry. September 7, 1989. When I hauled the hooks, I could see hints of strands and stigma flickering at the edge of my vision, but I can neither unravel them nor can I make them tangled. It's infuriating. March 11, 2003. I have exhausted all frameworks and possibilities. No methodology has brought me closer to controlling the strands, and the hooks refuse to sing to me. The light of my life has still gone dark. Maybe there's another way. So maybe she either took these or she basically found these. Who knows? Chapter 2, 1 out of 4, The Weaver's Call. Been 30 odd years since a wild summer storm called me to the duty in Prospero. Never gets any easier witnessing echoes of old hurt, but the land chose me to spend my life mending tears in the grand tapestry with these old hands above all else. I'm grateful nature deemed me fit to serve. Chapter 2, 2 out of 4, Spirit Speaks to Me. To the old spirits reading this message, if you can understand me, use the radio waves to speak through my spirit voice box. I can't see you, but I want to help lay you to rest. I'm the girl who sits in the loaf with my spirit talking board. Use the planchette to spell out who you are. It's easier to be friends when you know each other's names. Your friend Chloe Druz. P.S. Sorry for the older kids who party out here. Sometimes I tell them it's disrespectful, but they don't listen. No one does. Chapter 2, 3 out of 4. Please speak to me. To the old spirits reading this message. I know what it feels like to be trapped and scared too. That's why I want to help you. Aunt Chairman and Pop get real mean sometimes, so I run all the way out here with my spirit talking board where no one can find me. I've been doing that a lot more lately. Anywho, I'll be here to listen whenever you're ready to talk too. Your friend Chloe Drudge. P.S. Do you like peach cobbler? I'll bring some next time. Chapter 2, 4 out of 4, Sigma and Sorrow. Stigma thrives where folks weep their hardest tears. It infects the earth with the boils only we healers can see. The hurt and the sorrow, scouring these wounds, makes for lonely work. Some days, delivering folks to safety, the only thing keeping my heart and soul healthy. Okay. Chapter 3, 1 out of 7, The Happiest Day. I did not take the weaving easily. Had me scared as a rabbit in a foxhole, hearing them angel voices. Weren't until I fished a lost girl from a deep well with my hooks and spindles that I opened my ears to what the voices wanted it. The day I gave myself to the weave was one of the happiest of my life. Chapter 3, 2 out of 7, The St. Sylvan Bulletin. Beware the river lights. Company notice. Rumors of so-called violet night sightings are not to be taken lightly. Our short-handed search and rescue team took 80 hours to recover the late Paulton Henry. Our deepest condolences to the Beverett families from the riverbed. Please trawl the waters only during sanitation working hours. Chapter 3, 3 out of 7, Follow the Lights. Patton, only my daddy's grave, it's real. Talismar, been out there twice now, said he heard a metal thunk each time he dropped anchor where the lights stop. X marks the spot. You follow them lights next full moon, you bring us back that treasure. We leave this asshole once and for all, and we do it rich as thieves. Chapter 3, 4 out of 7, Ain't Wanted Here. Remy. The fiddlin' one ain't half bad. It's that fool brother of his. Something ain't right there. Told him he oughta lose his Kuyon kid in a tragic river accident if he wanted to be a respected member of our hardworking community. Ain't nothing of value loss of two brothers go for a sail and only one comes back. Claude. Chapter 3, 5 out of 7, A Gift from Carmen. Gus, take this pot of crawdads on over to Carmen. She'll set you up with a job if you know mind your manners. I'll be Karen's favor. Chapter 3, 6 out of 7. Begging your pardon, Mayor? Dear Mayor Boussard, I don't know who talked bad on my good name, but I ain't the cause of Benji's running off. Sure, me and him got into it some, but that don't mean I hold grudges. Did my part to make a pass by the house and give my side paths to Ty Rudbard. Give it time and that couillon will show up again, bright as rain. Kindly Clade Gordle. Chapter 3, 7 out of 7. Come one, come all. Saint Cyvalin's Got Talent. Calling all a spring entertainers. It's your time to shine. Enter to participate in our shining community's first annual talent show. Group and individual performances are welcome. Show us what you got. Brought to you by Mayor Broussard. May 15th, 4 p.m. St. Sylvan's Community Center. Alright. Chapter 4, 1 out of 3, Grocery List. Grocery List. Beer, bait, chocolates for Patricia to say sorry, steak, taters, chips, cherry twist, more beer. Oh, man. Chapter 4, 2 out of 3. Lay off, buddy. Maybe Patricia was right. I should put down the bottle, but when I was fishing by the shack last night, I swear I saw a catfish about as big as a Cadillac. Swam right past me and winked with a strange eye, saying, "What a beautiful night this is, mon ami. Mon ami. Mon ami." There we go, mon ami. I just sat there like a slack jaw else. It zoomed away just a laughing. Catfish. Chapter 5, 1 out of 11. Borrows pieces of the shelf. Be careful with pieces of yourself. Dispose of things like clipped hair and nails with knowledge that they can be used for both good and evil. Given the borrower, someone's hair can be used for a love spell or even to cause chaos in their life. The body holds power even when separated. Chapter 5, 3 out of 11. Borrows iron. I know this ain't exactly biblical, but don't forget to put an iron nail in your garden to keep out those dang borrowers. I forgot to put mine in last spring and they took all my tomatoes. Left a happy little trail right to their hidey hole, knowing I can't squeeze my big back in there. Curse things. Chapter 5, 4 11. Hollow Dreamers. Babe, how'd you sleepin'? I've overheard like 6 people say they ain't slept well since Tuesday. That's almost a week. Everyone is having the same dream. Some kind of fog and a feeling of despair. I'm running, but don't get nowhere. Then it's just empty. I wake up feeling coward and poured out and hollow. Abel. That's Rue. That's Rue. That's a sign of Rue. Chapter 5, 5 out of 11. Kids need a hand. This is the 5th Sunday in a row those McAllister kids have come to church all on their lonesome. Clothes dirty, hair uncombed, ribs showing. The oldest one has bruises, and when I ask what happened, she gets a hard set in her jaws. About time I reach out to the special branches of social services. Chapter 5, 6 out of 11. Joe's penis. He He certainly wasn't a good man, but I have long since forgiven him, far more quickly than I have been to forgive myself. I know I did wrong, but in all honesty, I don't know that I care. I have more than done my share of good on this side of it all. I hope it counts for something. Chapter 5, 8 out of 11. Honor thy father and mother. Honor thy father and mother so that thy days will be long. Joe's out singing those songs, using that voice of hers for things other than praising the Lord. With her mother gone, she should be home, cooking and cleaning, helping me around the property. I am the head of this household. She's embarrassing me. Chapter 5, 9 11. A bashful farmland in the setting sun. Anna May saw him standing there under the willow tree, gustling with sweet hair tousled by the gentle summer breeze, his dust-covered skin awash in the warm colors of the dying days. He grinned at her, taking a well-loved handkerchief out of his back pocket to swipe a salty runnel above his eye. Ain't you just the prettiest thing God done had his hands in creating? Her feet move as if on their own, bare feet flying across the cold grass, crashing into his broad chest and strong arms. You came back, she choked out, eyes hot with tears. He kissed her forehead gently. I said I would, didn't I? And I ain't never lied. Chapter 5, 10 out of 11. The pigs are a loss. Screw these pigs compared to the insurance paid out on each of them. It's way more expensive to have them all moved. It's hardly feasible. Seal the doors to try and protect the equipment. We'll evaluate losses when the storm settles. This is why we don't get attached. I'll pay you an extra $500 cash to make this happen quietly. Poor pigs. Chapter 5, 11 out of 11. Shutter's Will and Testament. Well, this is my last absurd last will and testament. I ain't got much to my name, but what I got I leave to my daughters Mandy and Alea. The house and the meager savings in my bank. The life insurance policy goes to them too. Okay. You two are the best things ever happened to me. I know you will grow up to be even more amazing gals than you already are. I love you two more than life itself, my little corn cobs. Papa Shutter. Darter. Chapter 6, 1 out of 11. Keep outside materials. Abel. Here's that list we were talking about. Someone's gotta do something about them borrowers. They've been running more boats aground with their scurrying than usual. Iron nails, important. Iron sheet metal, important. Peppermint markers. Hammer. Iron, not steel. Nearly caught one. Snatched my tools right off my belt. Dangable critters. Chapter 6, 2 out of 10. Burnable Abernathy Lapman. Annabelle, we need this sale to go through. Between the weeds whackering war on our biggest leaves and the lack of good, reliable folks to lend a helping hand, the tobacco business ain't what it used to be. Here's hoping Bunny Flood don't look too closely at our numbers. Lord, I don't ask for much. Don't let one bad harvest sink our family name. Bernathan. Chapter 6, 3 out of 10. Burn after reading. J. Gates open, doors still locked. Up to you to find some dirt on that old money grubbing harpy. H. Chapter 6, 4 out of 10. Correction requested. Dearest Trudy, the illustrious journalist assigned to garden hospitality latest profile misconstrued, a crucial step in the Flood family mending brewing process. It is of utmost importance to simmer, not boil, the honey and water mixture. You must also take care to skim any scum off the surface as you go. I expect a swift correction and reprint forthcoming. Kindest regards, Miss Flood. Chapter 6, 5 out of 10. Notes on the Rougarou. Dear Miss Flood, some stories depict the Rougarou as scorned female lycanthropes who prey on children and devour ex-lovers. Others claim the Rougarou emerged on St. John's Eve to dance at the ball on the banks of the Bayou Golo with their brethren. My research suggests that Rougarou are born from the bodies of those who have experienced immense tragedy. Anyone might one day become a Rougarou. Additionally, Rougarou shape-shifting abilities may not be limited to Lupin forms. Interviews with Cajun locals suggest the Rougarou may take the form of many different animals, including but not limited to lions, bears, and owls. If you would care to meet for a drink to discuss Rougarou's physiology, it would be most exciting. Yours, Professor A. Balfour, University of Louisiana. Chapter 6, 6 out of 10. Bunny's Journal on Weavers. October 15, 2006. Weavers are the key capable of extraordinary feats. These so-called scientists I've consulted with believed to be impossible. They are documented correlations between anestos of a weaver's presence and lowered crime rates in the surrounding area. Since immense gifts should be accessible to all, shouldn't we all be capable of righting our own wrongs? I will force on the restorative element of reweaving next. If the grand tapestry amounts to the very fabric of the university, then to reweave is to turn back time itself, to patch what has been shredded. What wonders can't be gleaned from the hearts of creatures torn asunder by stigma. what miracles can be created. Chapter 6, 7 out of 10. Notes on Dream Fog. Dear Miss Flood, I feel a great connection growing between us. Shouldn't we continue our discussions of the mythical and profound in person? I have a great many sources about the land of dreams and nightmares to share with you over sweet tea as my des elements estate. The dark fog in these reoccurring dreams of your beloved daughter, I dare say I might be the only academic capable of treating your case with the care and respect it so dearly deserves. Yours, Professor Al Belfour, University of Louisiana. Chapter 6, 10 out of 10. Hugging Molly's sighting. Hugging Molly's sightings. June 3. Near Album Cave, night vision, faint blurred, then trail camera broken. November 21. Murrow Point footprints. Why are they never droppings? Where does it eat? December 20. Spanish cabin. Faint blur at 300 yards. Hug and Molly disappeared into trees. Okay. Chapter 7. 1 out 15. The Lost Boy. June 13th, 1922. Found this little runt of a boy, Laurent, wandering around, covered in blood. Wouldn't hardly talk about what happened. But his mom and pa are dead. He's a little, but stronger than he looks. He can move crates and keep a lookout for the fuss finding the operation. Chapter 7, 2 out of 15. Lost Liquor. September 29th, 1926. Lauren chased one of the dang boats on the shoreline. Lost 2 crates of liquor. Bastison was yelling at him something fierce and raised his hand to strike Laurent. He scared the heck out of Laurent. His face twisted up something fierce. Talked to Mustachioon. Said he's gonna take it easy on the boy. Chapter 7, 3 out of 15. Lieutenant Laurent. January 4th, 1927. Promoted Laurent to lieutenant this morning. We all had some drink to celebrate. He is a mellow fellow. It was nice to see him excited. He had a little too much to drink and got to crying about his folks. Madison teased him for crying. For a split second, his skin went tainted, twisted. I never seen a man move so fast. He hit Madison so hard he flew part way across the room, broke his leg. Lawrence ran off. That's a sign of him becoming the Rougarou, I think. Chapter 7, 4 out of 15. The Blabbling Boy. January 10, 1927. Went looking for Laurent. He's been missing almost a week. Found him bloody and naked in the woods. Looked like he fought a puma. Started babbling and saying sorry, please let me stay. I won't do it again. I told him he's gotta keep those feelings at bay, even if I think he was justified in lashing out. Madison is a. I brought him back to camp. Chapter 7, 5 out of 15. Babyface Laurent. May 7, 1937. I found Laurent, 10 years ago almost? He shot up like a bean boil, a good boy. I swear he's aging slower than the rest of us. Where I find gray hair and new wrinkles every day. He's still got that baby face. He's been learning the business well. I think he could take it over. Alrighty. So, I think with that being said, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm probably going to have to end it here, guys. I will continue more of this tomorrow. We'll definitely read more of it and stuff like that. So do not worry, guys. We'll still continue more of reading and looking at the extras and stuff like that. So yeah. So with that being said, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm probably going to have to end here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in this world. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.